Hi everyone, Jennifer Schaus here. We're coming to you live today from Washington, D.C. And thank you for joining us in our webinar series as we cover the DFARS, or the Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation Supplement. Our webinars are every Wednesday and Friday at noon. They are complimentary and recorded. You can find all of our recordings over on our YouTube channel, along with 750 other government contracting webinars. We cover everything from strategic and tactical topics on GSA schedules, proposal writing, sales and business development, to more of the regulations, the FAR, the DFARS, and the FAR supplements. The corresponding PowerPoints for all of our webinars are over on slideshare.net. You can log into slideshare.net with your LinkedIn credentials. It doesn't cost you anything, and you'll have access to all of the PowerPoints. We do offer advertising options in the webinar series. And if you're looking to register for any of our upcoming DFARS webinars, if you go over to our website, click on the section called the DFARS, you'll notice that on the left-hand side, we actually covered this topic back in 2021. So all of the historical recordings are there, and just keep in mind that those are historical and they may have changed over the years. Everything on the right-hand side is our current schedule. Obviously, it says 2025. You'll find the recordings there. If there's not a link for the recording, it probably means that we have yet to cover the webinar, so you can register. A little bit about us. We are based in downtown DC and provide some of the services that you see listed here on your screen, with the primary emphasis on helping companies get onto the GSA and or VA schedule. And some other contract vehicles as well. You can find more about us on our website under the About Us section. But speaking of GSA schedules, there will be an emphasis on GSA being the main contracting hub related to the recent March 20th executive order. So again, if you need help getting onto the schedule, please drop us a line. Here's some of the other services that we offer for companies that are selling to federal contractors. They're all listed here on your screen, including advertising in our newsletter. You can put on your own webinar with us, sponsorship at our events. And speaking of events, we have an event coming up Monday, June 23rd over at the Kennedy Center, about 200 to 400 federal government contractors. We've got a list here of the federal government departments that have already confirmed: the Air Force, DCSA, and the SBA, with some other invites pending. And then some of the corporate sponsors are listed here as well. If you want to advertise in our newsletter, we reach over 38,000 subscribers, most of which are government contractors. And what makes our webinar series complimentary is, in thanks to our in-kind and corporate sponsors, let's give them a quick shout out. We want to thank our friends over at GovEvents. That's the premier platform for posting events related to government and government contracting. Also want to thank Fairfax County EDA. They have an online calendar for events and webinars in the local DC metro area. You can find all of our webinars and our events on Fairfax County EDA website. We also want to thank Tom Johnson and his team at Set Aside Alert. That's the go-to publication for small women-owned, veteran-owned, hub zone 8A firms to find bidding opportunities. We also want to thank the Virginia Apex Accelerator. They're a trusted resource and DLA funded organization. They provide local training, counseling, and mentoring for aspiring government contractors, as well as matchmaking events. If you want to sell to state, local, or federal governments, please contact your local Apex Accelerator. Visit the links on your screen to review the training calendar, locate free resources, and schedule an appointment with a Virginia Apex Accelerator counselor today. Our paid sponsors, we want to thank our friends over at BidSpeed. You'll find them at our event on June 23rd. The BidSpeed platform allows users to search public sector opportunities at the federal, state, and local level. Users can find anything from a compliance matrix to teaming partners, incumbent point of contacts, expiring contracts, and proposal templates. Discover, manage, and secure government contracts with BidSpeed. BidSpeed is an official partner of the SBA's ETG Empower to Grow program. Contact BidSpeed today. C3, if you're thinking about contracting with the Department of Defense, you need to prepare for CMMC, the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification. C3's suite of CMMC solutions include C3 Command, C3 Catalyst, and C3 Core. These three solutions answer the needs of every defense contractor. Whether your CMMC priority is a fast defined path to compliance or you need the flexibility to manage multiple environments, C3 offers solutions. They are your partner with a deep expertise in IT, cybersecurity, and compliance. Contact C3 today. WorkPlan. WorkPlan is an online contract management and accounting tool designed for federal contractors and hosted by Amazon Web Services. Get and stay DCAA compliant, manage expenses, timekeeping, and forecasting, plus use the WorkPlan platform to manage your capture process and your CRM. Contractors can integrate their HR and payroll into this one easy-to-use solution. Contact WorkPlan today. Ateria. Ateria specializes in Microsoft Cloud licenses and services for government and contractors. Ateria provides a business advantage for Microsoft Government Cloud licensing, manage IT administration and security, as well as data intelligence services and solutions. They implement secure, compliant, and scalable solutions to enhance operations, reduce risk, and uncover opportunities. Contact Ateria for expert IT assistance. Okay, last but not least, we want to thank our friends over at GovWhitePapers. GovWhitePapers is the central hub for government and supporting industry, government contractors, where you can find and post content geared towards solving public sector challenges. With your free membership, you can add relevant white papers, case studies, data sheets, and more, making your content available to a wider government audience. Have the expertise, but not the content. GovWhitePapers can also create materials to meet your specific needs. Join for free today at govwhitepapers.com. Okay, we are here today to cover the DFARS, specifically Part 224. We've got the dynamic duo of Karen and Greg, and I'm gonna turn the floor over to Karen Harbaugh from Squire Patton Boggs. Karen, great to have you back with us. Looking forward to your presentation today, and I will stop talking finally, and the floor is all yours.
Great. Thank you, Jennifer. So yes, my name is Karen Harbaugh, and I'm a partner at Squire Patton Boggs in our Washington, D.C. office. And I lead our government practice, where our group handles so the full life cycle of legal issues facing government contractors, including the topic today, which is DFARS Part 224 on the protection of privacy and freedom of information. A little bit about Squire Patton Boggs. Squire Patton Boggs is a full service global law firm where we provide insight at the point where law, business, and government meet. We have over 40 offices in 4 continents with over 1,500 specialist practicing lawyers. And so I'll turn it over to Greg to introduce himself. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Karen. My name is Greg Yeager. I am of counsel at Squire Patton Boggs. As Karen mentioned, and I work with Karen and her government contracts practice group. As Karen mentioned, we do the full cycle of government contracting for our clients. That includes the award performance or formation performance issues that might come up. We deal with contractual and regulatory compliance issues, including the False Claims Act, and also as well small business issues. So those are just some of the things that we handle. So I think without further ado, we should move into our presentation. Karen.
Right, yeah, as I said, we're going to cover the Privacy Act and Freedom of Information Act. It's sort of a house cleaning item that we are required to let you know about, but the opinions expressed in today's webinar and this slide presentation are those of Greg and myself, and do not necessarily reflect the views of Squire Patton Boggs, its clients, or any of its or their respective affiliates. And this presentation is for general information purposes and is not intended to be or should not be taken as legal advice. Next slide. So the next few slides, we're going to set the stage on what is included in the DFARS Part 224. So specifically in subpart 224.1, this is dealing with the first part of this title, which is the protection of individual privacy. And in 224.103, there are procedures, and those are set forth right here. And we're going to, in the further slides, we're going to drill down a little bit on these different rules and regulations with respect to the DoD. And in particular, we're going to cover and highlight the DoD which means instruction 5400.11, which is the DoD Privacy and Civil Liberties Program. Additionally, we will discuss the DoD 54001.11R, which is the Department of Defense program, privacy program. And we will also cover the DoD 5400.11, which is the DoD Privacy and Civil Liberties Program on breach and response plan. And this is the actual DoD manual. Next slide. And on the sort of the second part of the title, so in addition to the protection of privacy, we're also going to be covering the Freedom of Information Act. And that is in the implementing regulations at subpart 224.2. And that is dealing with the Freedom of Information Act. And the DoD implements the FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, in the DoD 5400.7. So, for Privacy Act was 5400.11. For Freedom of Information Act, it's the 5400.7. And in that, there's the DoD Freedom of Information Act program, and also the 5400.7-R, which also touches on the Freedom of Information Act program for DoD. Next slide, please. So DFARS Part 224 is the regulations are implementing a couple of three items. First is the Privacy Act of 1974, which is found at 5 USC 552A. And we'll drill down a little bit further into the Privacy Act, but it establishes a code of fair information practices that govern the government collection, maintenance, use, and dissemination of information about individuals. And this information, it's dealing with how it's maintained in systems of record by federal agencies. And we'll talk a little bit further in the slides on what is a system of record. But the Privacy Act at a high level requires that the government agencies give public notice of their systems of record, and by publication in the Federal Register. And high level, the Privacy Act prohibits the disclosure of a record about an individual from a system of records